I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 227. Georg Friedrich Handel, it's on page 79. While doing shoulder impingement training, and if you participate in the shoulder impingement training, that is at your own risk. The German-born composer Georg Friedrich Handel, 1685-1759, spent many years in the UK and became a British citizen in 1727. So there was a person and his name was Georg Friedrich Handel, and he was born in the territory of the today Germany in 1685, and many years he lived in the United Kingdom, and he also became a citizen of the United Kingdom, rather of Britain, because in 17 or something the United Kingdom didn't exist, at least the Great Britain. Depending on when the Great Britain would exist for Scotland. He composed his music. He wrote the water music for King George I. You never heard about King George I. He wrote the water music for King George I and music for the royal fireworks for his son George II. This is George. That's the German who couldn't speak English and needed a prime minister. When Queen Anne died in 1714, Parliament chose a German, George I, to be the next king, because he was Anne's nearest Protestant relative. An attempt by Scottish Jacobites to put James II's son on the throne instead was quickly defeated. George I did not speak very good English, and this increased his need to rely on his ministers. The most important minister in Parliament became known as the Prime Minister. The first man to be called this was Sir Robert Walpole, who was Prime Minister from 1721 until 1742. In 1745 there was another attempt to put a Stuart king back on the throne in place of George I's son, George II. Charles Edward Stuart, born Prince Charlie, the grandson of James II, landed in Scotland. He was supported by clansmen from the Scottish Highlands and raised an army. Charles initially had some success but was defeated by George II's army at the Battle of Culloden in 1746. Charles escaped back to Europe. So Battle of Culloden, that was born Prince Charlie. And the Battle of Boyne, that was after the Glorious Revolution. Must be clear. This is Killiecrankie, that was Scotland, and the Battle of Boyne was Ireland. That is William of Orange. When William reached England, there was no resistance. James fled to France, and William took over the throne, becoming William III in England, Wales and Ireland, and William II of Scotland. William ruled jointly with Mary. This event was later called the Glorious Revolution, because there was no fighting in England. We're not talking about Scotland or Ireland. Because it guaranteed the power of Parliament, ending the threat of a monarch ruling on his or her own as he or she wished. James II wanted to regain the throne and invaded Ireland with the help of a French army. William defeated James II at the Battle of Boyne in Ireland in 1690, an event which is still celebrated by some on Northern Ireland today. So, there was a person, he was born in the today's Germany, his name was Georg Friedrich Handel, and he lived many years in the United Kingdom. Yes, it was the United Kingdom of Great Britain. And in Scotland or something. But did we have a name? The Act of Treaty of Union. William and Mary's successor Queen Anne had no surviving children. This created uncertainty over the succession in England, Wales and Ireland and in Scotland. The Act of Union, known as the Treaty of Union in Scotland, was therefore agreed in 1707. So 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. That's not the United Kingdom. So he neither lived in the United Kingdom nor in Germany. He was born in the area which is today Germany, and he lived many years in the area which is today the United Kingdom. And he became a British citizen. He wrote water music for King George I and music for the Royal Firework for George II. Music for the Royal Firework. Both these pieces continue to be very popular. So there are still people who like and listen to water music, or the other thing, music for the Royal Fireworks. Handel also wrote an oratorio called Messiah, which is sung regularly by choirs, often at Easter time. So he wrote another piece, which is an oratorio. I don't know what an oratorio is, but it has the word orata in it, and that is in Latin someone who speaks. Maybe it has something like that to do with it's an opera way music. I don't know what an oratorio is. Oratorio, whatever. And it's called Messiah, not Messiah, Messiah in English. Messiah, and it is sung regularly by choirs. So oftentimes people are singing Messiah by Handel, and that happens often at Easter time. Messiah, I think that name refers to Jesus Christ, and that was Georg Friedrich Handel. And now we're going to do a short impingement training, and nothing new. So if you're here for Gustav Holst, then you can just skip to the next part. But if you're only here for Gustav Holst, if not, you can, at your own risk, participate in the short impingement training. We're going back of the shoulders, up, in front, and down. And again, these movements, let's all together make a forward shoulder circle. So we're back, up, in front, and down. And the last time, we're going back, front, and down. Maybe I can't remember King George, because it was never addressed with King George in the book. Just with George II, just with first. And now backward shoulder circle. Down in front, up, back, and down. In front, up, back, and down. And the last time. And now, similar, we're having long arms, hand formed to fist. And we're going as far as we can back with the shoulders. Now try to come further back with the shoulders. We'll lift the shoulders up. Lift the shoulders, bring the shoulders in front while you try to lift them higher. Try to bring the shoulders further in front while you bring them down. Try to bring the shoulders further down while you bring them back. Try to bring the shoulders higher up while you bring them back. Try to bring the shoulders higher and up while you bring them in front. Try to bring the shoulders further in front while you bring them down. And backwards. Try to bring the shoulders further in front while you lift them up. Try to lift the shoulders higher up while you bring them back. Try to bring the shoulders further down while you bring them down. Something like that. Try to bring the shoulders further down while you bring them in front. Further in front while up. High up while back. And last time. Back and up. And now, next is standing wide apart, we're going into the knees, hinging forward with a straight back, letting the arms hang, and now we're pinching the scapulas together. And we're doing it. And pinch the scapulas. Now like this, and lift the arms up, and still pinch the scapulas together. With that. Release the arms, and the scapulas. And another time. End of these, and shoulders with straight back, let the arms hang. And pinch the scapulas together. With that. Now make fists. Bring the arms up. Still. Pinch the scapulas together. The arms down. And the scapulas. And the similar exercise with 2 shield turtle training in shell. And the knees. Lunging forward. We stand with the arm back. We're letting the arms hang. And we're turning the arms to the inside. And high up. And together. The arms. Now we're straightening slowly up. Bring the shoulders back to cover. So the arms high up and together, shoulders down and together. The arms high up and together. together, shoulders together. And we're releasing the arms. And then that, end of the knees, we're hinging forward, round back, letting the arms hang, turning the arms to the inside, lifting the arms high up and bringing them together, straightening up. Bring my shoulders back, down, together. So the arms high up and together, the shoulders down, together. Arms high up, together, shoulders down, together. And release. And the last two exercises. Legs still more than shoulder width apart. Breathing in and lifting the arms up. If this exercise causes pain, then don't do it. And just concentrate on what the scapulars are doing. So just lift the arms up and just concentrate. Try to observe what the scapulars are doing. If the scapulars are in the way and are blocking the humerus from coming painfully up. And another time, just observe what the scapulars are doing. And again down. And a similar exercise, the arms to the side and in the front. And again, just observe what are the scapulars doing. The scapulars should go back together. Now the scapula should follow around the ribcage, following the humerus. Now back together again with the scapulars. And now the scapulars around the ribcage to the side, following the humerus. Back together. And again following the humerus. And now back together. And following the humerus. And just a bit stretching. One arm in front, shoulder stays back and down. We're putting the arm in, putting the thumb up. We're trying to relax the arm. Shoulder back, down with the arm. Pull the arm in, thumb up, and try to relax the arm. And the arm front, shoulder back, down. Pull the arm in, thumb up, try to relax the arm. And we're done. So, Georg Friedrich Handel. He was born in Germany. He lived many years in the United Kingdom. Became also a citizen. And he composed for George I water music, and for George II music for Royal Firework or something. And his oratorio Messiah is still sung by many choirs oftentimes at Easter time. Music for the Royal Fireworks. We're having 2 minutes, so Eid al-Fitr is at the end of Ramadan. And the Muslims are thinking Allah that we could be successful with fasting, that we could have done successfully with fasting during Ramadan. And Eid ul-Adha is the other one here listed. Eid ul-Adha. Maybe it would be easier if we would know what it means. But pretty certainly means something pretty directly, probably. Eid ul-Adha, and it remembers that the Prophet Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his son when God ordered him to do. And it reminds Muslims of their own commitment to God. And oftentimes an animal is sacrificed, so an animal is basically like normally when people eat meat, professionally killed and then eaten. Eid ul-Adha. I still think it's possible that it's pronounced Eid, not Eid. Eid. Eid ul-Adha. It remembers that the Prophet Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his own son on the order of God. And it reminds Muslims of their own commitment to God. And some Muslims are sacrificing an animal and eat it. So I thank you so much, and until the next time, to Gustav Holst.